Hi class, this is the assignment for January 22nd, 24. It's our first day of fractions, visualizing them, seeing pictures and understanding what fractions mean. So we took a bunch of notes today, and this is your assignment. You're going to name the fraction for each drawing. So in letter A, I see I have how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 parts in this circle. It's been divided into 12 parts, so that goes on the bottom. And then the amount that has been shaded in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 have been shaded. So that's the fraction that this picture represents. 7 twelfths. 7 of the twelfths. This is a twelfth. This is a 12th. These are all twelfths because this has been divided into 12 parts. And how many do we have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'll go ahead and let you try letter B. I'm going to do letter D. You're counting how many parts we have this square divided into. It looks like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's divided into 9 parts. That goes in the denominator. And then the shaded parts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shaded parts. So this represents the fraction 5/9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 9. 5 out of 9 shaded. Okay, so you're going to do B and C. Number 2. Okay, we're going to name the mixed number and the improper fraction. So looking at this first drawing here, I see that we have one whole one. Okay, so we have one whole. And then this one has one part shaded out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So this is 8 eighths, right, that are shaded in, all 8. And this is plus another 8. So we have one whole one and 1/8. This is our mixed number, right? This is our mixed number because it has a whole number and a fraction. And then if we want our improper fraction, we have 8 eighths and another one which is 9 eighths. We have 9 eighths altogether. 8 eighths plus 1/8 is 9 eighths. And this is our improper fraction. So you're going to do the same thing for B. Write the mixed number for B, and then write the improper fraction for B. And I will do C. I see we have one whole, and then we have 1, 2 on this side. So we have one whole shaded. All these are shaded. These are 9/9. And this is 2/9 shaded in. So it's 1 and 2/9. One whole one and 2 extras. Extras go up here. And that's our mixed number. And our improper fraction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 10 plus 2 more, 10, 11. We have 11 nines. These mean the same thing. These are equivalent. This is our improper and this is our mixed. Okay? You try letter B. Now we're going to draw some pictures, or actually the pictures are already drawn. We're going to draw some lines and then shade them in. So this is 1/3. So we need to divide our rectangle into 3 equal parts. Get it as equal as you can. There's 3 equal parts. Thirds, right? 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to shade in one of those parts because we want to have one part that's shaded. So that represents 1/3. So remember, this bottom number represents how many pieces, how many equal-sized pieces a figure is cut into. This is cut into 3 pieces, and then how many do we want? We want one of them. So let's try letter D, and then you can go back and do B and C. And you could pause it right now and give this a try and then watch it if you like. So looks like this is cut into 5 equal pieces. So we'll do my best, right? We'll do our best Doesn't have to be exact, but try, work on it. All right, there's 5 pieces, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they look about even. Más o menos. Now I want to shade 2 of those to represent 2/5. So it doesn't matter which 2 you shade. I could shade this one and this one if I wanted to. That's going to just mean that we shaded 2 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that represents that fraction, 2 out of 5. Okay, I'm going to do letter F. We're dividing this into 4 pieces. Look, see that the bottom number tells us to divide it into 4 pieces. You could go this way, or you could go like this. I'm going to go like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces. And I want 4 of them. Oh, well, I want 4 out of 4. And if you were in class today, you remember that if you have the same number on the top and the bottom, it means it's shading in everything, and it equals 1. It just equals 1. Okay? And then G and H. I'm going to do H, and you can go back and do G. We're supposed to draw in 10/3. Now, these are improper fractions, so that's why we have more than one circle, because we need to divide up several circles here to make 10/3. So I'm going to divide each circle into thirds, and if you were in class today, you heard me say that we don't have enough circles here, so we're going to have to add a circle. Try to make it about the same size, and draw in your 3 pieces, sort of like a peace sign, okay? So look, this circle's been divided into thirds, 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 thirds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we want to shade in 10 of them. So you see why we need more than one circle, because this is just 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is 3 more, so that's 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have 9 shaded in now. 3, 3, 3. And we need 1 more. 9 plus 1 is 10. Let's shade in this one. And now we have 10 thirds shaded in. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7, 8, 9/3, 10/3. And you try number 7. You're going to divide these 2 rectangles into 4 pieces and then shade in 7 of them. Okay. On the back, we changed mixed numbers into improper fractions, and the way that we did that is we take this number on the bottom, 3, and the notes have it all described, but if you weren't in class, just listen carefully. You take this bottom number of parts and multiply it by how many holes you have. So we have 3 parts times 1, so that's 3. And then you take how many parts times a hole plus the 2. So that's 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2. That's 5 parts, 5 out of 3. So this mixed number is the same thing as 5 over 3. Now, I'm going to just draw you a picture to show you that, because I did do this in class, and if you weren't there, I want to make sure that you kind of see how the picture represents this. So I'm drawing 2 circles, and they're both split into thirds. So here this says 1 and 2/3, so that means I have to shade in 1 whole 1, and then 2/3 extra, right? So 1 whole, that's 1 whole shaded in, and then 2/3 extra, right? So this represents this. But if I look and count how many thirds do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 things mean the same thing. These 2 fractions mean the same amount. So the trick, again, is to take the bottom number, so letter C, you take the bottom number and multiply it times the 2. That's the number of holes we have. So we have 4 parts times 2 is 8. And then you take the 8 and add it to the 1. So it's 4 times 2 and then add it to the 1. So that's 9. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and that's going to be all over the number of parts that the object is divided into, 4. So we have 9/4. Try one. I'm going to do E next. but you can try one before you watch me. Okay, so number 9. Again, the technique is to take the whole number and multiply it times the parts that it's being divided into. So 9 parts times 2 is 18. So that's 9 times 2 is 18. And then you add how many ever extras, I like to call them extras, we have. So it's 9 wholes times 2, or 2 wholes times 9 plus 7. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 7 is 25. So you have 25 ninths altogether, because we have 9 over 9 here, plus 9 more, plus 7. 9 plus 9 plus 7 is 25. Okay, I'm going to do letter G. And again, it's the same technique. Now just ignore the negative sign for now. Just ignore it. Okay? So we're going to just do the technique. 7 times 3 is 21. And then you add the 4. So that's 25 over 7. So 7 times 3 is 21. And then add the 4. Oops, yes, 25 over 7. These two fractions mean the same amount of things. If we were to draw out the picture, you'd see that. And then, and when we're all done, put the negative. And you can put it on top, in front, in the bottom. Okay, so you're going to try H. So those are how to change mixed numbers into improper fractions. And improper fractions, as you remember, have the number on top is a lot bigger, or maybe not a lot bigger, but it's bigger than the denominator. Because there's some holes included in there. This one has 2 holes. This one has 3 holes. Okay. And when I say whole, I mean whole, like this, H-O-W-E, holes. Okay, so now we're going to take these improper and change them into mixed. So we're going to do the opposite. Here we took these and turned it into that improper fraction. Now we're going to take the improper and change it into the mixed number. And the way we do this is we have to take 3 and divide it by 2. So you take 3 divided by 2. So I put the 3 inside. It's being divided by 2. So 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. And we subtract. How many are left over? So 2 goes into 3 one time. That's our whole number right there. So 2 goes into 3 one time. And how many do we have left? We have 1 left. That's our remainder, right? That's our remainder. So we're going to put our remainder over the bottom parts there. 3 divided by 2 is 1, with 1 and then 1/2 left over. Okay, let's try letter C. Okay, in order to see how many holes we have in here, we're going to divide. So 11 divided by 4. 4 goes into 11 2 times, so we're going to have 2 holes. 2 times 4 is 8. When we subtract, we get 3 left over. Okay, so then we put that 3 over the 4. So this is the number of times we can put 4 into 11 and make 4 whole parts. And then we take the remainder, the extras, and put it up here over the number of parts that's been cut into. That's the process. And if we were to draw a picture, this picture would look just like this one. You'd have to shade in. You'd have to shade in. I guess I could show you. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3. All right, so here I'll show you. So this is 11/4. So I'm going to divide everything into fourths. This is, pretend these are all the same size. And this is 1 whole. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 3 more. 9, 10, 11. So this picture represents 11/4, right? 4 over 4, 4 over 4, and 3 over 4. If you add those up, we get 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11/4. So this represents this. But if you look at this, we also have 2 whole circles shaded in, and then 3/4 left over. So this technique that we're using works to change this improper fraction into the mixed number. So I'm going to do letter F. We take 9 and divide it into 28. Right? 28 goes inside, divided by 9. How many times does 9 go into 28? It goes in 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. If we subtract, we have 1 left over. So that means we have 3 whole pieces. I guess, I don't know if they're circles or rectangles, but there's 3 holes, and then we have 1/9 left over. So we can fill in 3 circles, say, and then we're going to have 1/9 left over because we divided that into that. We got 3. Then you take the remainder and put it over how many parts the objects have been cut into. Letter H. I'm going to divide here again, but remember the negative, just ignore it for now. So how many times does 15 go into 47? It goes in 3 times. So 3 times 15 is 45. You can look on your factor pair sheet or your multiplication table to get to see how many times does 15 go into 45. And then so 3 times 15 is 45. If I subtract, I have 2 left over. So that's 3 holes. Right, that's where that goes. And we have 2/15 left over, but we can't forget that we have a negative sign as well. Okay, number 6, you're going to circle the improper fractions, you're going to put a square around the mixed numbers, and you're going to put a P above the proper fractions. So remember, improper fractions are big on the top, bigger on the top than the bottom, right? They're bigger on the top and smaller on the bottom. Mixed numbers have like a whole number and a fraction, so they look like something like this, A and then B over C, or 2 1/3. It's mixed. It has whole numbers and it has fractions. And then a proper fraction is just a fraction where the top is smaller than the bottom. Okay? So improper, bigger over smaller. Proper, smaller over bigger. All right, so this is improper. So I'm going to circle the improper. I'm going to circle that. This one is proper because it is smaller on the top, so it's proper. It's less than 1. Another thing that we could say is that it's less than 1. And this is a mixed number. I'm going to put a square around it because it's got the whole number, and then it's also got a fraction. And you do the rest. All right, I'd like you to think about number 7. Maybe you could draw a picture of a pizza and divide it into halves and divide it into thirds and tell me which one is bigger. Okay. And again, in class, we looked at this 6. If you have, let's say I draw a picture. Let me say I draw a picture of 6 parts. All right, there's a circle divided into, pretend it's 6 equal parts. If I shade in all 6 of them, I have 1 whole. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And that's true for everything. If you have 10 shaded in parts, what is this going to be equal to? You do C. And then I'd like you to think about an example outside of our math class where it is important to understand fractions. Where have you seen fractions before? Where do you think they might be useful, or where do you think you've been used them before? Okay, I'll see you in the next class.